Lewis Hamilton is leaving Mercedes for Ferrari. What? Right, everyone's heard the news by now. I am very late onto this. And this video is going to come out even later because, yeah. But everyone's seen the news by now. Lewis Hamilton has agreed to join Ferrari in 2025. Why has he done that? We've seen Ferrari meltdown after Ferrari meltdown. Mercedes could very easily beat Ferrari in the championship. It's called dropping George Russell. Mr. 8th place and still the latest Mercedes winner. Why has he done this? The obvious answer, he's seen the Mercedes W15 and he said, I don't want it. He said no.
Computer says no.
But this still, like, it's pretty shock to most of, not even F1, most of motorsport is shocked by this news. Probably the most decorated and probably the best ever driver to ever touch Formula 1 is leaving what feels like his home team because of how decorated he's become with Mercedes, to join Ferrari, which, yes, is also the most decorated team, but I mean, it's Ferrari. Just look at its past drivers. Charles Leclerc has depression. Fernando Alonso was threatening retirement under his breath. Sebastian Vettel became bold because of Ferrari. Felipe Massa. Yeah. I was going to bring up the Hungary incident, but I don't know how people would feel about that, so I'm not going to say. He saw the spring and he purposely drove into it. Just because he was in a Ferrari. I said it. But yeah. And he's seen this, and he's gone, I want to join it. How much ego can a driver have, honestly? He didn't have the attention for 10 minutes, and he just thought, you know what, I'm going to bring up this for the news. Imagine if it was an Oscar Piastri incident. I actually didn't stay yet, I'm staying with Mercedes till 2026. Yeah. But no, he's definitely joining. Who's he going to replace? This is the obvious answer. You either have the Ferrari Junior sticking with Ferrari, extended his contract till 2028, I think. Or you have the dude with no history with Ferrari, was a Red Bull Junior, has raced for Ferrari's rivals, which was Renault, of course, rival back in the early 2000s. McLaren, pretty much their rivals now and in the 90s. And so yeah, he's raced for all of their rivals. I'm waffling so hard. Anyway, he's going to replace Carlos Sainz. That is pretty obvious. But who's going to replace Hamilton? Would it be Sainz? No, I don't think it's going to be Sainz. I think Sainz is going to join. I know, probably. It's hard to say. I was thinking Haas maybe replace Magnussen, because Magnussen's been off the pace recently, and if he doesn't sort his stuff out, Haas might drop him. And then Carlos is going to go to Haas. But who's replacing Hamilton is my question. The media is all about Alonso at the moment. Everyone is saying Alonso is leaving Aston Martin. Now Aston Martin do not improve like they promised they would for Alonso. He's going to leave and go to Mercedes. That's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. If that happens, I don't know what I'll do. The other one is Alexander Albon, of course, racing with Williams, links with Mercedes, after dropping Red Bull. Once again, I don't think that will happen. I don't think his bond with Mercedes is that strong. Yes, he races with Williams, which is the Mercedes junior team. But I don't think the bond is that strong. I don't know, the most he's going to go is a McLaren. If he wants to race for a top team, McLaren or Aston Martin are his best bets. Which are also Mercedes-powered teams, so could be quite obvious. But my estimation is a man who joined in 2017 and since 2016 had an epic rivalry. What? No. In 2016, he was Mercedes test driver till 2018, had an epic rivalry. He shows beautiful pace styles, no one likes him. And he had links with Mercedes since 2019 till 2022 when George finally got that second seat. I'm talking about Esteban Ocon. I think Esteban Ocon is going to join George Russell in Mercedes in 2025. Now that I've given all you time to laugh, I don't know why I'm saying this. It's not going to happen. Ocon is the slower driver out of the two Alpine drivers. His relationship with Mercedes has dropped a lot since the talks were happening. I remember the talks happened in 2021 the most. Once Bottas did get dropped, everyone was like, oh, it's going to be George. But Ocon is there as well. Ocon is that other option. Ocon has the links with Mercedes. He has since 2016. He was in a Mercedes program. He joined Racing Point because it was a Mercedes-powered team. And then Renault were like, we're French, you're French, get in my team now. And he said, sure. And now look at him. I think ever since he went to Renault in 2020... Was it 2020? Yeah, ever since he went to Renault in 2020, I think that was just his confirmed seat. He's not going to move, a bit like Lance Stroll from Aston Martin. But to be honest, everyone was saying Hamilton's going to retire at Mercedes, and that ended up not happening, so Ocon's going to be racing for Mercedes in 2025. You heard it here first, you're going to hear it here last, because no one else is that insane. But yeah, that's literally... I mean, I don't really see anyone else joining. So yeah, I'm not going to say it has to be, but in my eyes, out of all the drivers that has been said that can join Mercedes, because they're not going to invite some rando from F2 with no experience, like it's not going to be Drogovic or Théo Pourchaire, no, or Ollie Behrman, no, Arthur Leclerc, no. It's not going to be an F2 driver. It's going to be someone with experience because Mercedes is a very big team and you don't want to invite some rando in now. And to be honest, McLaren were a big team and then they brought Lewis in. They're not going to take the risk, okay? I just think you want someone with experience. Alonso's getting way too old. I think he's going to finish off in Aston Martin. Because he's too old to go somewhere bigger. And he's not going to drop down again. Sainz is not going to join Mercedes. That's not going to happen. Why would that happen? It's never going to happen. It would never, ever happen. I could never see Sainz in a Mercedes outfit. I think Ferrari and McLaren were the biggest teams he was going to go for. I can't even see him in Red Bull. And he was in the Red Bull Junior team. And then the other one's Alexander Albon, which I think after... I know I just said about Carlos Sainz being a Red Bull Junior and now racing Ferrari. But Albon was a Red Bull driver. I don't see him going into a Mercedes. And to be fair, Sebastian Vettel was a Red Bull driver that went to Ferrari. Quite literally had a rivalry with Ferrari and then went to Ferrari. I've seen some other talks as well. Sebastian Vettel coming back. I don't see it happening. He's had what will be 2 years off by the time it's 2025. That's too long out of a car to come back and fight in a Mercedes. But then again, Alonso did it. He left in 2018, came back in 2021, and was an absolute menace. Podium in Qatar, defence in Hungary, stuff like that. I can't see anyone else joining. I think the 4 drivers I've said, Sainz, Albon, Alonso and Ocon, and Vettel at a stretch, so maybe 5. Those 5 are the most likely. I'm saying it's going to be Ocon. No one else is agreeing with me. And if you don't want to agree with me, that's fine. I'll see you later. Quite literally, I'll see you later. My voice is really hurting. I've done this so much in a rush. I've been doing this when I've heard the news, and this video is still not going to be out till tomorrow. Because, you know, I really love doing this. I do. That's my job. But yeah, see ya.
Ha!
Bring me a dream.
Ha ba ba ba.
Make him the cutest that I've ever seen.
Ha wa wa wa.